The toaster into there, it's not a good idea, or the cell phone. Now, if we're going to let this thing overnight and drain, because Pastor's leaving for 2 weeks, and he wants to store it, then you leave this open and you leave this open overnight generally, and that'll be enough to dry it out. And then you put it back together. Notice this filter. Now this filter is good for actually, I've been running some of these filters in units for a couple of years. This filter will last an incredibly long time. You know why? Before the water gets to this filter, it just went through this. And by the way, do you know what that reduces a particulate to? 9/10 of a micron. Does anybody know how little a micron is? Oh, they're 50 or 60 in the width of a hair.
I like it.
Yeah, about that much. Let the bugs through. It stops the big bugs though, doesn't it? All right. So what happens is before the water goes through this filter, it's gone through the ceramic filter. Now folks, my wife tells me all the time, Joe, calm down. You're acting like a used car salesman. Y'all have already bought the units. I'm excited about this unit because this unit saves lives. We don't know how many lives have been saved in this country because of these units. We have a deep passion to keep these units running. We maintain them at no charge for years. And it's not cheap to do this, I don't mind telling you. So when we flew in, I flew in extra parts for these, and you guys don't know it, but Jamie, in your little airplane, we probably had about $1,000 worth of extra parts. Okay?
How big is your little airplane?
That's Cessna 206 6C. Good little workhorse. So, let it dry. Pastor, let it dry before you put it away.
Okay.
Let it dry.
I will.
Okay, I know he will.
According to me, the way you explain me that, Mission Moses' son did not explain me that the way you explain it. You know,
I know,
this
Pastor,
one.
I know. And I like to train, but I'm also training other people to train. And you're right. Pastor
They were
Michelle
right,
Morissette's son
Yeah.
did not train it this simple way. But it's simple, isn't it? Put the feet on it, put the suction hose, put the spout, power it, turn it on.
That's it.
Keep the filter clean. Keep the electronics out of water. When you need to burp it, burp it. Pretty simple. Okay? So basically, folks, this is important. It's all important. But what happens if somebody didn't get the electronics out of water and it gets wet? Beautiful little circuit board in here. We actually build this board. I've been tempted to go to China with it, but I'm not going to let the Chinese make this. We make all of these components right in our own backyard. Kind of cool. I like that. Phillips screwdriver. Let me show you here. I'm going to show you the electronics on the unit. Do be sure it's unplugged because you will get shocked. And the voltage is high. It's not enough to kill you, but you'll absolutely know because I think we need a couple of 100 volts to fire up that lamp, right? I think we do. Now, here you go.
I'm shaking my head yes, but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. He's not a plumber and not an electrician. What do you do? I love this.
He's a fabricator.
Okay, look. Here you go, guys. Here it is. Here it is. I'm going to show you a couple of things about this. This is my magic board right here. What happens when the fuse blows? We got a couple of fuses in here. The fuse is located right there. So if the light doesn't turn on and you've cleaned the filter, Pastor, and you have a good flow of water through there, the fuse is probably blown.
Okay, after you, if by example, if this fuse is blown, you're going to replace it. That
Yes.
time you have to, how call that, welding?
No. It pops in and out.
Right here, Pastor. Look.
See, this pops in and out.
It's just a little bitty fuse, like on your.
Oh, okay, I see.
You see?
Fuse.
I see it, I see it.
It's okay. We have rebuilt units right now. Matter of fact, these guys were just in my facility. You saw those 9 units and said, okay, I've got 9 units right now ready to go. So if somebody comes, I swap it right out on the spot. That's a good thing. But I tell people when they bring me the unit, do not bring me your feet. Don't bring the hoses. Don't bring the power cords. Don't bring anything. It's just like when you bring your computer in to get it worked on. They say, don't bring me your mouse or your keyboard. I don't need it. All they want is a CPU, right?
Right.
Same thing with me. Well, now get this. Earthquake hits. We're the first private airplane to land in Port-au-Prince. It was horrible. I cry thinking about it. But we needed to get clean water out. I had, at that time, probably 10 or 11 units in my buffer. But guess what I didn't have? I didn't have spouts. Now, I'm going to tell you something, guys. Go try to find one of these, okay? You ain't going to find one in Haiti. I mean, you may, but chances are you ain't going to find nothing like this. So I thought, what can I do? What can I carry? Now, we're in a bind. I ended up cutting up some of these and making just a little spigot and putting the hose on it, cutting these up. I said, what can I do?
50.
This is your emergency spout. Matter of fact, cut it in two and it's 2 emergency spouts. So what we've done with this unit, and I'll wrap this up with this. We have really worked hard to make this unit sustainable. We've worked real hard to make it simple. We've worked real hard to help people to keep this unit running. Because when this unit's running, babies quit dying. It stops diarrhea dead in its tracks. You know the treatment for cholera? You know what it is? Clean water. Just start getting clean water into people and the cholera will stop dead in its tracks. So what we have here is we have a very serious ministry and a very serious mission. And I can't thank you guys enough for funding these units for here. Do you feel like you have enough information to go with this now?
Absolutely.
Put the feet on it, put the suction hose on it, put the spout on it, turn it on.
It had a piece of 3/8.